We had to get to work. I mean, obviously it's not a grueling training camp practice, but yeah, we have to prepare and do it with clear minds and just get ready for tomorrow night. We've been able to compartmentalize a lot of different emotions over the last 3 years, so we knew we had to get to work.
The fourth quarters, the last 7 or 8 games, the offensive numbers have been down compared to the regular season, and admittedly you're playing good defensive teams, but are there other elements you can put a finger on as to why that's been the case?
That's the biggest part. I mean, the competition was better. If you're playing against the best defenses, every single night, that's what's going to happen. But we need to do a better job of getting organized, making sure the ball gets to where it needs to go, and then the trust factor, and being able to do it efficiently without making mistakes. You have to credit their defense the other night. The turnovers we had were strange, uncharacteristic turnovers. We tripped, we missed a catch, that type of thing. But that happens, and we still had an opportunity, to execute probably 3 or 4 more possessions that were empty that we could have at least been more organized.
Mark, back left.
Coach, how much does this 2-3-2 add to the urgency of winning game 2?
That's an element, but more than anything, you don't want to lose 2 at home. And we take a lot of pride in bouncing back after losses. And so now we've had an extra day to commiserate about it, but we understand the urgency. Our guys, this isn't the first time we've been through it.
And also, what has been the key to your success on bouncing back from losses?
There's a maturity with this group. It's not a guarantee. We don't take that for granted. But our guys get angry. They own it. We all own it together, and then we just work together to try to get better. And so we know that we're playing against a very good basketball team. We have to bounce back and play a better game. We played 3 quarters very competitively, and then faded in the fourth. And that's probably the deal with this series.
On the left.
Erik, you said that you practiced today with a clear mind. Does that mean you completely forget about game 1 and move on to game 2, or how does that work?
Well, yesterday we had an extra day, so that was spent in large part on all the pain from the night before. Today was coming in and just getting to work and making sure we're getting to our best game.
Any other questions for Coach? Jay?
Erik, in watching the film, did you see more opportunities for LeBron to get shots, or with the way their defense was 16 about all he was going to get?
Well, it just depends. I mean, they did a good job of protecting the paint. It's not the first time we've seen loaded up defenses. We've seen it for the last 2 series, for sure. What we need to be committed as a group, and it helps everybody, not only LJ, but Dwayne and our guards and CB, we have to be committed to playing our style and our pace. 88 points, 16 in the fourth is not good enough, and there's a lot of factors that go into that. Only forcing 4 turnovers, not having any in transition, even off of rebounds in the second half, not being aggressive enough when the opportunities presented themselves in the half court to put the ball on the floor, even though it's a packed defense, and working the offense side to side to loosen it up. A lot of different things, but we know that we have to get to our game, and that'll open up opportunities for everybody.
Erik, how critical is it against this team in this venue to even run a little bit when the ball goes through the basket and not, only on turnovers and on misses?
Well, I don't think either team was walking the ball up the other night. It's probably the fastest paced 92-88 game in the playoffs this year. Both teams understand that you got to try to get some easy ones. So we weren't walking it up, but some in the open court would certainly help. But even if we're facing their half-court defense, we have to be committed to being aggressive.
Michael?
Erik, it seems like in the playoffs, you lost to Chicago, you bounced back with a really strong game. You haven't lost consecutive games since January. What is it about this group that you've either responded to losses with a win or just playing your best basketball?
Well, I think I mentioned that before, but our guys have a lot of pride, and it's not guaranteed. But all good teams respond after losses. We're not the only team, and we understand just because we've done it before doesn't mean it's a guarantee against a team we're playing like right now. We have to play well, and we have to finish all the way through. That game was 4 or 5 possessions all the way down to the 10th of a second. That was the difference, and we have to win those possessions next game.
Anyone else?
Okay. No.
Mark, last one in the front.
Just wondering, I mean, in the 3 years that LeBron has been here, and of all the playoff matchups that you've had, is San Antonio clearly the toughest one to this point?
Way too early to tell. When you're in the series, it always feels like the toughest one. Look at what we just had to survive this past round. All of them felt tough. Last year, I mean, every round was a survival, with Indiana and Boston. So we'll just see how this one plays out. We have great respect for them. We're in a hole right now that we need to get out of.